Yo, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. So I know we've been cranking out the stimulus checks and the PPP and the business loans and the CARES Act content, but I really want to just make a roundabout regarding credit card material because this is really what this channel is meant for. We got an additional like 20,000 subscribers in like the past few weeks, and it's been crazy. Definitely a lot new supporters, but I do want to make a video dedicated to my thoughts right now within the credit card market and everything that is going on. So some of the things I want to cover is what you guys should do, how to save money immediately, credit card approval odds. What else? I also do want to talk about like the credit card affiliate space right now because that is taking a very, very big hit too. So I just want to be transparent with you guys on this channel, share with you guys everything that's on my mind, and also give you guys a little bit of insider tips that I'm hearing from the industry as well. So to start out this video, actually, before I get started, I want to say shout out to a company called Iconic. You guys may see this in all the rest of my videos, but this company out here actually sent me this canvas. They work with other pretty big influencers like Gary Vee and other like celebrities. And it's dope because they were actually able to send me a couple of these. I told them, look, my wall's bland. I like the credit card thing you guys have on your website. You guys want to work out some type of deal. So they actually sent me a couple of them over. Shout out to the co-founder, Mark. Real chill guy. He was just like straight up like in an email, like, yo, just call me at this number. Worked it out. Sent him a picture of my apartment. And they were just able to send some out by the next week. So Mark, Francis, I really appreciate you guys doing that. And for any of you guys interested in picking something like that up, I'm gonna have some affiliate links down below. It'll give you guys a special discount on the products that they have, but this will be chill in the back of my video. I know a lot of you guys are saying like it's so empty in my thing, get a plant or something, Brian, and I will get things, okay? I just don't feel like leaving my place right now to pick up a plant and find that. All right, during this time, I know it's pretty easy to fall into a very depressive state, to fall into bad habits, probably just play video games and not do much. And this is something that I know a lot of people are struggling with. You're feeling unmotivated. You don't know what to do. And I know a lot of people who watch my videos are into credit cards because they want to travel, and travel is like completely dead right now. Man, this video can be like a 30 to 40 minute video. I'll just split it up into different parts if I need to go into more specific of things, because even the travel industry right now is a whole nother video that I could just talk on forever about. But let me just give you guys some key points right now, especially if you're unemployed or if you don't know how to make an opportunity out of this situation. Now, I know a lot of people are just gonna say, oh, invest right now. You wanna invest in every single thing because invest in Bitcoin, hold up, okay? And please don't fall for any pyramid schemes or Ponzi schemes, because I know a lot of those are going out around on Instagram. I'm seeing like a lot of my friends from high school like falling for it, and I just don't like if everyone gives $100 to one guy and he gets $800 and then you get $100, like, you guys know what I'm talking about? Have any of you guys seen that? That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. Right now, if you guys want to take advantage of this situation, really be careful about putting your money into any type of market or investment. This is something that I preach constantly on my channel. I'm a pretty big advocate of people being very, very heavy on cash reserves, meaning you're not putting all your cash into the market where it gets tied up, and then if you need that money, you can't. If you try to pull it out, you take a loss. Hold on to your cash right now, especially if you need any type of emergency fund. I know the government's providing us, with the stimulus checks and different bills, the PPP, the EIDL, small business grants, loans, forgivable loans, like all these different things. But really, if you guys have your own cash reserve, you're not gonna feel as much pressure of getting these stimulus checks. And I know a good majority of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, and it's definitely a very difficult time, no doubt about it. But please do not put your money into the stock market. If you have $1,000 in your bank account, you put $950 in there thinking you're gonna come out like becoming the next Bezos or the next Warren Buffett. Hold on to your cash, you guys. Don't invest all of your cash. If you want to play around with different things like apps, that's completely fine. If you want to take advantage of welcome bonuses, that's completely fine. You have the time on your hands, but what I'm saying is don't liquidate all your assets. Really just keep on some of them. It's okay if you're not investing it into things that have fallen down. It's okay if you're not buying Carnival stocks. We're just in such a volatile time right now where I just can't recommend something like that. So that's probably the biggest thing I'm going to say. Don't spend all your cash. Hold on to your cash, okay? During this time at least. And if you guys see a really good business opportunity, maybe the risk or reward is something that you can tolerate, then I would suggest making a move on that. But really think about diversifying the assets that you already have, because who knows, with the unemployment rates going through the roof, chances are you either will be unemployed, you are unemployed, or your income may go down significantly. So really during this time, you want to be more cautious about the way that you spend or invest your money. All right, so one of the biggest things that I want to mention to you guys is make sure that you take advantage of all the interest rate cuts that are going on. So if you guys own a home, if you guys have a mortgage, you guys want to make sure that you find the best refinancing deals that you can right now. So for me, I actually just refinanced my truck, the Tacoma. This is something that I've had for quite a little bit now, but I was getting a very high interest rate when I first bought it because I was so young. This was my first vehicle, and it was at, you guys may like not like me for this because, you know, I'm someone who supposedly supposed to have like the best interest rate and have a better deal with finances, but I was paying 6% interest on this. And so although the economy and the way things are looking right now may be grim, there are still a lot of opportunities that you guys can take advantage of where you can save a pretty significant amount of money. So if you guys have a mortgage, if you guys have any type of auto loans, consider refinancing those things right now because that interest rate that took place a little while back is actually reflecting right now too. So what I recommend you guys to do is check out PenFed. They are a credit union. You do not have to be in the military. Something like Navy Federal requires you to do. Compare your options. Most of the time, there's not going to be a hard inquiry on your credit report. And if you guys know that you're saving 3% interest over a $40,000, $50,000 vehicle, that's a lot of money over time. And that's free, easy ways for you guys to take advantage of things during this time. Now, the biggest thing that I'm going to say to you guys is make sure that you have a decent credit score because your credit score is going to be one of the most valuable assets. If you guys hurt your credit score, if you already have a low credit score, you may already know how tough it is to get approved for some of these loans that you want to get in the future. While things keep going down and while the banks tighten up the application process of getting a mortgage now because they don't want a reflection of 2008 happening again, we're going to see that the credit score is a pretty useful tool. If you're someone who has a 400 credit score, chances are you're not going to get approved for anything. You're probably going to get your credit limits reduced. You're probably going to suffer a good amount of interest too. So really, if you guys want to stay on top of things, please don't let your credit score go down. So if you guys check out a website called Annual Credit Report, normally you have to pay them a fee to be able to use this service, but for the next full year, you guys can actually get this service completely for free. So you guys can actually check all 3 credit reports, which is pretty dope. Normally, if you use a service like Credit Karma, they only pull from one of them, and usually the one that they pull from is the one that the banks never ever use. So if you guys want to have a good credit score, start by knowing exactly what variables go into making that up, where you struggle with. Is it your average age of accounts? Is it how many inquiries you have? Is it how much balance you have on your cards? Really figure that out, make your move. Pay down your balances or get a card, get an authorized user added so it extends the age of accounts. Do things that will improve your credit score because when opportunities arise, you really want to be able to leverage that good credit score. Show these banks that, look, I've been a good lender my whole life. I may want to get this property now because the housing market's going down. You guys really want to focus on variables and different opportunities like that. Another thing that I want to talk about is credit card approvals. Credit card approvals right now are more tight than ever before. I don't think I've ever seen them this tight. So when I say things are getting much tighter, I'm saying that if you guys have a decent credit score, like 750 and up, or even 800, chances are they could still disapprove you regardless of what circumstances or the best score that you may have. It's unbelievable right now, but this really shouldn't be any new news because I said this much longer on my channel. They're gonna tighten things. It's gonna get much harder to get approved for some of these credit cards. And I remember I said this in my older video, if you're gonna apply for a new credit card, make sure you do it now or make sure you do it soon because chances are it's going to get very hard to get approved for some of these new credit cards. Not only are they making the approval process more difficult, credit limits are shrinking. If you guys sign up for their kombucha relief programs, chances are too that they will reduce or they will have some type of mark on your account. They may actually penalize you for it. And I'm seeing other data points within communities and Facebook groups of people signing up for these relief programs. And then what happens is their cards don't work anymore or their limits get reduced significantly. So with all those things in mind, you may not be following that same blueprint that you had earlier on this year within the cards that you want to apply for. I'm just going to say space things out. And if you're trying to get cards, especially cards like a business credit card, chances are you may not get approved. Business credit cards are getting even harder to get accepted for more than any other thing right now. And that's because business credit cards have such a high volatility with customer turnaround rate, people getting very high credit limits, but not being able to pay it off. And if you guys think about it, so many people are unemployed. So many small businesses are failing. This is why the PPP and the EIDL are things, because since people aren't leaving their house, they're not spending their money, we're seeing such a drastic impact. And if a lot of people who own small businesses start defaulting, they don't have money, unemployment keeps going up, we're gonna see a translation of that going into the acceptance rate of more new business credit cards. So think about that, you guys, because for me, I originally had plans of applying for cards like the Chasing Cash card and just additional business credit cards to get more points from, but I know that's not gonna happen anytime soon, especially when I'm hearing from other people that when you apply for a card and they've been a good consumer, they already have a relationship with them, they're still getting automatically denied. And even calling the reconsideration line, there's no budge. So there's definitely a lot of things going on, and I know that's more on the bad news of things, but if we want to focus on the good news, if you guys do have any higher tier luxury cards, I'm seeing a lot of good retention offers lately where banks are pretty much just throwing money, increasing percentages of how much cash back you're getting. They really want you to still use their cards, even if you're not spending that much money, because all of them are still competing. American Express, Chase, Citi, Capital One, they're all competing for you to use their cards so they can at least catch that interchange fee during this time. For me personally, I know that some of my travel cards, I'm going to be losing out on money this year, especially if quarantine just keeps lasting. I just had my Marriott Bonvoy business card annual fee hit, and that pretty much means I lost a free hotel night if I don't use that free credit. And, you know, I have cards like the World of High card and the American Express Platinum card where I'm not using my WeWork benefit, okay? I'm not using the Centurion Lounge. I'm not getting my free hotel because we literally cannot travel right now. And these are the variables that you guys want to consider when canceling or trying to get a retention offer for a card. So a question might be, Brian, are you going to cancel any of your travel cards? Are you going to cancel any of your higher tier cards? Because you're obviously paying a lot of annual fees for it. You're not traveling. It doesn't make sense for you to hold it, right? Well, for me, a lot of these cards I got within the last year, and I don't want to risk my relationship with these banks and credit card issuers just to save myself a couple $100 or even $1,000 if it means I can still profit towards the lifetime of being a good customer. So I'm still getting offers like, Brian, do the pay over time. We'll give you a free 10,000 or 15,000 points. These banks and credit card issuers are throwing points pretty much at people right now in order for them to keep them as customers. What I believe is if you guys have a good score, you're going to see a lot of these good offers coming your way. So that's why I really recommend you guys to have a good credit score. Really focus on that during this time. Okay, so I'm not going to dive deep into situations regarding the PPP, EIDL, and just any other thing because I want to keep this video just a little bit more short, but I will make more follow-up videos regarding all those loans because I'm someone who did apply for PPP, I did do the EIDL, and I got a couple interesting data points that I want to share with you guys. And many of you guys may actually have heard Chase and a lot of these bigger banks are getting sued right now because a lot of these bigger institutions didn't properly do what the government requested them to do, and this is first come, first serve. Everyone gets this money at the fair amount when they applied for it. Banks prioritize their higher companies or their higher individuals because a lot of these are based off of commission. If you're able to get someone a loan of $2 million compared to a $10,000 loan and it takes the same time to do those things, you will make much more money. And what I read online was they made $6 billion off these freaking grants, these PPP approvals. And the statistics also show that people who do not spend a lot of money or their company is not that big, the percentage of them getting access to these loans were much more lower than people who are making a lot more money. So without a doubt, there's definitely a lot of disparity within these groups. But the biggest takeaway is that there's going to be a class action lawsuit. I'm not sure exactly how far it's going to go. If you guys did apply for these, stay tuned on this channel because I will come up with more updates regarding that. But guys, that's pretty much an update regarding the whole credit card space. I know we didn't talk too much about the affiliate network. The affiliate space is getting cut, you know, and a lot of other businesses are getting hurt pretty bad. A lot of other travel blogs, and some people just may not make it during this time, especially because we don't know how long this is going to last for. For me personally, I'm more diversified in my space. I'm very lucky to have other businesses and different ways for me to make that income, but I know other individuals aren't as lucky or they're not as spread out. So it's definitely going to be a very difficult time. Banks have pulled out most of their affiliates at this point. I do believe things are going to go back to normal, and I feel like when they do, things are going to be better than ever. But right now, with them doing that, they're really trying to save costs, okay? They're trying to save costs knowing that things may take a bad turn. So with all those things in mind, you guys, a lot of crazy stuff, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys were able to get some type of information or insight on this. But that was the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.